Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sunday, July 10th, 2016, and fourth time the charm this time. Okay, so where do we go through? So we had a bunch of software updates. We now are able to use Visual Studio 2015 Update 3 with Unreal Engine 4, because Unreal Engine updated to version 4.12.5. So we did that update, took like almost an hour. Yeah, so all that aside, let's see. Alright, we're working on the menu, so we did a menu level. And then when we launch it, we have, well, we're trying to make it work on multiple clients, where we can, you know, collect, set up a game, and, you know, get into the menu as a group, which will allow us to do multiplayer games. So the idea is that when people start the match, they will each start their client when they find the IP of the lobby they want to go to, or if I have a server browser, if I ever get money for this. Set up a server browser, connect people, something. Or if we find a free service like Steam, that would do it. They all connect in a lobby. They all join. The host can change the, well, not necessarily the host, because it could be a dedicated server, but the person signified as the authoritative host for the game, even if their computer is not the one hosting the actual game, will set up the settings and then launch the game, and everyone will then reconnect or connect through to that launched game and play. Yeah, so we were having a bit of a problem with that, and just as we were closing out, we were figuring that it might be because we are getting the wrong player controller. So if we go into screen main menu, yeah. So here we get player controller 0. What we could do is get player controller context sensitive. Get owning player controller. There we are. There we are. So that should work. So then we set host exists to not, and then we see if there actually is a host that exists. So we loop through all possible player states, see if any of them is set to host, to menu host. If it is, then we say the host exists because we already have one chosen. If not, we're going to choose one. We're currently going to choose the last person that jumps in, but there's probably a better way of doing it. And we call this replicated function. Which is weird, it doesn't have a replicated... Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay, so let's try here. Oh, for the HUD. Target, no, it's not gonna be this. Okay, so let's keep looking. UE4, get player controller multiplayer. So this is what we were doing earlier. Because you want to use player so 1 as 0, believe it's clear. Alright, create a HUD, EMG widget blueprint to create a literally only If you don't, you will be creating multiple. Which is nice, but how do we do that? Oh, get controller. Get owning player controller. So it's a problem that we're calling in the level blueprint? Oops. I mean, the inefficient way is just to get all player controllers and have it all happen there. But, and you can do that by getting all the player states, getting all the controllers for player states. Because I believe that you have to have a, let's look in useful reference. Which one am I at? Oh, I'm in useful reference, which is not so useful. Because I didn't... Separating your tabs by groups only really helps if you're consistent with your grouping. Okay, player states. Set player name, set unique ID. Why'd you want to duplicate? For saving an active player state, okay. Get player controller from player states. I mean, I can get all player controllers, but actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's get all player controllers. So here we're going to so what's server request new host do again? Host, role authority. Host. So I just call the game mode. I tell the game mode, which has a breakpoint, which never is called, so let's leave it there. Player state, current state there. Okay. Actually, let's see why this wouldn't work. So get player controller, because we should be able to get any player controller. So print string. Actually, let's do log. Print screen, no. Print to log, yes. Text, player controller cast failed, which should never actually happen, but let's see. Let's go output log. Let's add a breakpoint here. So we'll close and then we'll start. There we are. So now we're here. So active breakpoint. Condition is true there, but what value at? So host exists. Current value is false. Okay, so then we should be able to step into this. And then step into this, so it gets called. But that never gets called. At least I don't think so. Let's exit out. Not sure, let's save. Let's exit out and let's run it with debugging, because we're not running with debugging right now because there's no break, you know. But I'm pretty sure we did it last time. And that should run if that's the case. Or got a breakpoint there as well, because it could be just not getting in there. And you. Okay, so if role is this role authority. So step into world, game mode, get mode. Set new host. Okay, so it actually is being called. So we're getting it. Okay, and we're getting set as the host. So and why is this one not launching? Oh, because the level blueprint. Right. Different problem. Forgot we're looking at a different problem here. This is the player controller we need to fix. Or is the problem just not getting the player controller? Let's see. So save. And let's try play. Let's disable the breakpoint continue, disable the error breakpoint continue, because we know those are called. Still nothing in the client. Open there. Open menu level main menu. Oh, okay, because I'm there. Project settings again, maps and modes, game default is main menu. Stable use single process. Okay, there we are. Now let's see what happens when we load the other one in. We're here, and does this? Yeah, it's still frozen. So our new window is kind of messed up a little bit. That's okay. Come on. Let's look that up actually. So UE4 lock up with use single process disabled. Some blueprints corrupted. Sorry, moving against from that. So I wrote that. Okay. So maybe what I need to do, first I'll close this, try running it again without debugging, and let's figure this one out. Alright, let's try players 1, but in use single process. No. Play as a listing server, why not? There. So I can go and there's there when I have 2. Let's do new editor window. Still locked up. I'm gonna have my okay, so UE4 PIE lockup. Okay, you know what? Let's try this instead. So we're going to use single process again. But not auto-connected or anything like that. Let's do number of players 1. There we are. And then we'll do select viewport. That's fine, but it's the wrong menu, of course. Main menu level. Play, and then that's as we expected. Good, okay, so let's close that. Then let's, I know we tried this earlier, but, you know. So let's try launching a version of the level. Afterwards, I'm actually going to try cooked build, which means I'm going to have to change my cooking settings in the project, but that's okay. And I'll deploy a version like as a cooked build, and I'll try connecting through that. That's going to be pretty slow to iterate on, but what can you do, right? Let's go and check an IRC. So deploying. Just enough time for me to ask the question in chat. There we are. So we got this here. Now we will play the game here, and then we will open 127.0.0.1. Oh, right, I need to advanced settings, server game options, listen, or P is line match 1. Let's try listen. We launch. So we create a game, and then we will do open. Nope, not working. Which is difficult because we can't inspect into the external process, right? Or launcher. Custom launch profiles. Or what I could do is relaunch it again, have it launch as a listen server. And have this not. There we are. And run as a listen server. I don't want to run as a listen server. Oh, it's running? Okay. So let's do open menu level listen. Okay, so this is now a listen server. So if we then launch this, we can do open 127.0.0.1. Should be able to now. So let's see why this is not doing that. So did I actually unhook it? Now that I think of it. Main menu. Okay, so there. Now let's add a breakpoint. I'll save. Then we will play. And then we will resume because that's fine. We don't need to know about that. Actually, move it, I guess. Okay, so then we need to do open 127.0.0.1. Okay, so now it's broken again, and branch host exists is or are we never actually here? We're not actually broken. Or is my beard on a list? Oh, is it the is that the beard trustworthiness gradient? Let's see. Let's oh, no. So where's my beard on this? It's not actually, you know, only a couple centimeters, so it's hidden by the beard. Now, what I was looking for, or what I thought you guys sent me, was a beard trustworthiness gradient, which I'll turn my music back on for. It's here. So let's try to find a high resolution version of that. Size large. There we are. Thought you're gonna send me to this where it's full beard, philosopher, goatee mustache, full mustache, cop mustache, chin strap, sideburns, friendly chops. Chin tuft mustache, aka the Colonel Sanders. Mutton chops. I think mutton chops are a bit more trustworthy than that, but okay. No mustache, as in the Amish beard. That's questionable. I'd say that's not too bad. The curly mustache is the handlebar, the goatee, the horseshoes, starting to get unsavory. Then you go to the chin tuft, still more unsavory. Unkempt. There is some, debate for that. Then there's neck beard. Soul patch, the patchy beard, aka the Sidney Crosby. Pencil thin chin strap, and then we get to, we start getting into the issues. And sure enough, it lands with that, which makes sense. Yeah. I try to be kind of in this area here, but it's kind of difficult because the mustache doesn't connect. So what can you do, right? Anyway. So that breakpoint is never called. Breakpoint. Yours doesn't connect either? Oh, okay. Okay, that crashed hard. Interesting. So maybe the problem is the level blueprint isn't called. So maybe the problem is it isn't called. Let's remove breakpoint here. On the level blueprint, so when you so it's called obviously when you do it here, but then when we open here, yeah, that's not called. So maybe the problem is that we are trying to add the UI in the level blueprint because it's a menu, but it's not being run. Let's see if we actually are running any level blueprint stuff on the client as they connect. So begin play. So print string hello. Compile. Fun, right? Sure, why not? So hello, that's okay. Open 7.0.1. It's not being called. So level print's not being called. So this is probably gonna crash, yeah. Let's run with debugging and let's see why it's crashing. Making games is hard, folks. Menu main level. So then we'll do here, number store. Play. So then we have this here. So this is this first line. If we do so, menu.menu level, persistent level. Okay, so let's see. So it's loading 2127.0.0.1 socket. It's loading whatever Microsoft changed my name to. Game client port 7777 project there. Welcome to server. So server is loading. So level blueprint probably called, but not begin play. So what other blueprint or whatever functions are allowed? Not end play. Not on reset. Not origin location change. No. Not tick. I mean, that's a bit much. So let's see about that. So begin play is not called. Ah, okay. It's not executed on clients. You need to check each tick of the client's finish mode on the map. Check on the execution. By check on the controllers, mean that it's been possessed. This is difficult. You think Epic would have made this a lot easier? Hi, welcome to the chat. So talk about whatever you want. Ask me questions, related, unrelated. It doesn't matter. The thing is that about that. The thing is, I'm not gonna say anyone's name unless they talk in chat because I don't know if you want to lurk or not. So I don't want to, obligate you. So welcome to the chats. And if you talk, then I will say your name on streams. Hi, how are you doing? But until you talk, I don't know if you want me to talk. So. Okay. So begin play is not called in level prints. So what we could do is we could make a subclass of the player controller, which would be a problem if we cool. So welcome Morgerhim. Okay, so create UMG widget C++. We've been avoiding it. Screw it. Referencing UMG widgets in code. UMG blueprint in the editor. Create an active viewport using C++. Have a reference to it in a variable for future use. Add the widget to the viewport. Okay, so this looks like basically exactly what we want. Who wrote this, by the way? This is written by BN Green. Thank you. So we create a new map. Hooray for editing build.cs. Nice. So create a C++ player controller class. Create UMG widget. That's fine. That's what we got already. Yeah, that's good. That's not what we want. Yeah. Doing UMG and C++, you have to edit your builds.cs file for that. Yeah, we looked into that a little bit earlier, but I was like, let's just do it in blueprints. But so the problem, what I'm dealing with right now, is the way I used to do it, and apparently it's the wrong way. The way I used to add UMG elements to a game was through the level blueprint of the menu. And that wouldn't work on clients, and I'm thinking why, and apparently it's because begin play is not called. I could do it on tick and just have it locked out, but you know, that would be messy, right? To constantly check to see if it's already been created and stuff, but I mean, I could add a Boolean lock and just lock it and not unset it, and have the menus work about dealing with it. Then I still have the player controller issue, so it'd be better if I have it on the player controller, and the player controller is responsible for loading the stuff. But the problem is, the player controller is not going to be just for the menu. The player controller is going to be for everything. So I'd have to in the menu, in the player controller, see if I'm in the menu or not, and then have that launched that way. And then, of course, as you said, add the build.cs file, include some Slate required, and probably even UMG required. Yeah, UMG required header files. Let's see. So you need to add that to your CS file, and do you need... Oh, you don't need a header? You need to include user widget.h. Other than that, nothing? Okay, so it's not a big deal. Trying to think of some way I can make this shot work. I could have set it here and turned off my webcam, but yeah. Didn't figure that before I had to cough. But now you want the blare. Okay. So this is the problem. It's you can... Well, I could have done that to begin with. So apparently you need to create your own blueprint class. The reason why I didn't want to do this and just have it on the player controller blueprint is because it's a base player controller. I'm not sure if I'm going to want different ones later on. I'm assuming the only thing I'm going to want different is game mode subclasses and game state subclasses, maybe player state subclasses as well. I don't know why I'd want a different player controller. I don't know why I'd want a different player pawn because the way the game's made up. And if you're just tuning in. It's a game kind of like chess, but with design levels. Yeah. So generally, controllers UI states in the C++ game mode, but not ever done multiplayer, so I'm not sure it would work there. No. It would not work in game mode because only the server has game mode. All the clients do not have game mode. They have game state, they have player state that's relevant to them. Actually, no, they have all the player states. They have the player controller that's relevant to them. They have the level, of course, which I was hoping would do that, but... Right, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. Although we are on the right path, I think. Set a variable, boolean, let's add is menu, or menu is menu. So B menu shown. So it's private. Default value. Have to compile first. Okay, why are you breaking? So get world settings is you came in with the UI based on game state and maybe display the relevant one for that state maybe. Yeah, you could do that too. I'm still gonna do it on the level though. I think we'll do it for now. Let's run with out debugging. I'm concerned why it's crashing. Blueprints, open level blueprints. Add a new variable, which we'll compile. We'll actually call it B menu displayed. And replication none. We want it to be client side only. Menu displayed default value off. And we will take all these. We will cut them. And we'll paste them here. And then on tick. So when we start ticking, we're gonna, whoops, gonna set menu displayed to true. Actually, we're gonna do even more than that. We're gonna tick there, and we'll do a branch. So condition B menu displayed is false. We will set true, and we will then add to that. So that way, each tick it'll say is it displayed. Yes. So we don't need to recreate the menu all the time. So we'll just lock it once. Then we'll do save all and try playing that. And once again, it creates fine, but then when we load the level, okay. Static actor failed to load, full net GUID path, channel 5. Serialized new actor failed to spawn actor null. Thank you for being so annoying. Stacker failed to load. Persistent level and menu level. Let me try again, it's gonna crash, right? let's try to deploy a second version of it. Because right now, as you may not be able to see, we actually have a second version of it still running as a listen server. So recent levels, main menu. We'll do a launch. Build error failed. Okay, show up below. Unknown error. Let's try launching again. Okay. So what could be the problem is that we still have this running. So let's try turning it off. And let's try launching again. Launch failed. Oh, nope. It just needed to fully close. Okay, so the problem is that we had 2 instances running. So maybe what I need to do is not have it be set to launch, have it be set to actually cook. Which means in my project settings I will have to, not in the cooker, in the packaging. Oh, there we are. Additional asset directories to cook. And I'll, there we are. Check it, content. So meshes. Then we'll add materials. Actually, no, let's do that. Cook everything in project directory, even though I think I have to do this still. I remember trying that earlier and being like, oh, so cook everything in the content directory, that'll work, right? And then it ended up working. So imagine materials, UI, maps won't. Yeah, let's add maps anyway. I don't think I need to, but why not? And there we are. Save. Let's try cooking. Content for Windows. Come on. There we are. Lot of starter content. Still not dropping any frames, even though it's really pegging my computer. 98% CPU. So you say you're working on your own stuff. So what are you working on right now, Morgan? What type of game? I'm assuming it's the game you're working on right now, at least. Even if it's not, you know, what are you working on? So it's possible that the crashes we were having might be because we were doing a launch and a play and editor at the same time. Not for the multi-process thing, but for the reload. Cooking complete. Okay, so now let's find where it cooked it. Let's see, not temp, no. That's where my Blender animations are stored. Here. Where did I set it to cook? Packaging settings. Build. That's weird. Oh, it's in binaries? 10:05. No, that wasn't it. What did it cook to? Oh, I just cooked the content. I didn't. Yeah, okay. I didn't package it yet. That's why it's going weird. Okay. Package content for Windows. Okay, so I'll show you here. Package content for Windows. I did cook, but I didn't do package. Windows 64 bits. And there we go. That's where I got to put a directory. Okay. This PC, C, Unreal Projects. Let's create a new folder in our project directory. It's probably not a good idea, but cooked. Not cooked, package target. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Let's get rid of that. Actually, developing tools for later use. Actually, at the moment, putting random distribution table system wrote in a plugin. Eventually, I can do an inventory system. Starting to do an inventory system. Eventually, I like to pull them all together into a game. Working on some formulas for some stats and derived skills for an RPG, but that's all pre-planning stuff. Nice. So let's go into my other one here. I just realized I have a package target folder. Check it. 2016. There, so we'll package that there. At the moment, you're getting mostly distracted by Pokemon Go. Yeah, I don't actually have a, well, my smartphone currently runs Android 2.2. I'll eventually get a better smartphone than that, but yeah, I haven't ever actually done Pokemon Go because I haven't actually had a phone that can do it. So Now here in Unreal Engine, package targets, check it 2016, Windows no editor, check it. This will be the most recent build. Allow access, yes. Let's have it be not full screen, please. What the? Okay. There we are. Thank you, game. So we will then, well, for now we'll do open menu level listen. So now we're a listen server and we're a host because we can create a game. That's fine. Now here we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do open 127.0.0.1. Still not working. Let's try doing a launch. Save selected, sure, why not? Stopped working, of course, because it crashes when I try to relaunch the game. Yes, it needs to keep crashing. There we are. Fun, right? I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but it's something I need to really fix. I'm hoping it's not something I already screwed up. So it's able to deploy, that's good, so my cooked version is not messing with this. And now it's launching, and I didn't see anything. We'll close. So we seem to be getting, let's try this here. So stop there, stop there. So it's a menu level that's causing us to crash. So when we stop, oh. So it's when we create, then we connect, and then we stop. We try to connect again. That's when it crashes. I don't understand. So let's try this. Let's try opening, connecting, closing, switching maps again, and yeah, let's try switching maps first. So there we go. So here, so open 1. Okay, so now we're here. And again, we don't see anything. That's okay. I mean, it's not okay. It should be fixed, but it's not. Let me close. Okay. Okay, so there is a problem here. And it's probably in the level blueprint. So let's break link, compile, save all, play, close play, open, stop, play, crash. Okay, so that didn't fix it. So many problems. Ah. So even after we unhook everything from our level blueprint, breaking all things, yeah. I mean, this might mean that the bug is in Epic's code. Although what we can do is save, go into open level blueprints, then we will. Well, it's unhooked, so it shouldn't matter. So it should never be called, so that's fine. Then we will once again repackage the game for Windows 64 bits at the same location. So we're gonna repackage a project. To give it the newest content, which is the level blueprint. So when we load it now, it should should not show any menu. Yeah, that's good. Hold enter, and then we need to make it shrink down. So it doesn't see any menu. That's okay. So we do open. Menu level listens. Now we're a listen server. And let's try playing here. And we'll do open 127.3.0.1. So we're loading. That's good. Not getting any more errors. So we stop and we load again, and it still crashes. Crap. I was wondering if it was something set on the server that was causing it to crash, which would be concerning because that would mean, you know, well, it depends on what the crash is. Generally speaking, if external data makes your program crash, it's a cause for concern because that might mean that your execution thread's walking through external data, which is not supposed to happen. Well, rarely supposed to happen. Yikes. Getting a lot of failed to parse argument errors. Failed to parse argument as number. And that was just new too. Before. And look at answers. Yeah. Okay. Format text node somewhere. Shouldn't. thing I was thinking of is maybe in the spawn slot. Is that unique? Event graph. Set spawn number. Pins. Fun, right? Oh God. Let's try loading. So launching here. See if we get issues when we multiple launch. Open 127.0.1 does nothing good. Does nothing good. And we close. Now go off. Try launching again. Doesn't crash. Let's try doing open menu level. And doing open on. I don't know. I don't know, folks. I don't know. Let's try doing this way. Building. There we are. So now let's try re-adding that sort of stuff back to I want to be in the level blueprint. Oops. File. We'll do save. We'll do save all just in case. We'll play. And previous standalone, so no one has it then. Runtime error, access none when trying to read, call func, create return value. Trying to access object or one of its properties, use the is valid. But which property is that? So execute Uber graph, menu level, main menu. So let's walk through all this. So begin play does nothing. So this could return null, but current value is none. Remove breakpoint. Oh, maybe I had breakpoints. Let's try moving all breakpoints. See, all breakpoints is there. Window, probably all breakpoints. There, that's good. So I know that all works. Run dedicated server, options 1, this should work then, okay. So now they're both getting it, so we're actually able to see. Oh, because it's standalone, right? It's not. Oh, connect to server. There we are. Let's try that. Yeah. So as we try to connect to a server, it's not doing anything. And probably because player controller 0 is not good, as we were talking about earlier. Get all widgets of class. Or not widget of class. Get all recursive class, select class, base player controller. There we are. And then for each, we will fix this at some point, but not yet. Oh, actually, we don't even need to. So if is local so branch. So if it's a local player controller, we'll then create the reroute. And then route. Break lines. I just deleted that, I guess. And then completed, we don't have to do anything because we just wanted the loop to be the last little bit. Save. Nope. Then we'll add oh, it's a problem because it's okay. So let's try this. Let's try once again saving all. Then we are going to package it to. I'm just gonna show it this time. Package it to our new thing. Let's try connecting it from the editor. After that, we'll call it a night because I've been, it's 11, so we'll see if that fixes it or not. Good. Okay, now we. Oh, yeah. All right. There we are. Close. Then we're going to do open menu level as a listen server. It's good. Now we're going to see if we can connect to it like this. No. Although I can see we have a game state. We have 3 pawns. Base player controller is this here. Oh, storing as multiple. And of course we get that crash. So why wouldn't we? So let's look at the menu or level blueprint. play, and we'll do open that. Still nothing. See. Base game states, player controller. HUD, it's fine. It's base player controller. Blueprint. Get all actors plus. Oh, maybe the problem is actually call get player controller 0 in the main menu graph in a place that yeah. Active class base player controller, and then oh, I can just do that. Array get first. Yeah, right, we'll get 0. This is wrong, but I just want to see if it actually physically works. I'm making it very transparent what needs to be fixed, but create game doesn't do anything with player controller, right? Well, it does. All right, because it's that there. So here we are. What I gotta do here. There, and then from here, owning player, and from there, player controller. Whoops, no. I want to go here, then there. Oh, again, new one each time. Spawn slot, I don't think I do anything for, because I don't think I care for the player controller at any point in it. All I need to do is local player 2. Crap. Well, whatever. Still not working. Well, whatever. That'll be it for today, so thanks for watching. See y'all next time.